Hello and welcome to Best Headlines on Ghana Web TV. My name is Stella Jejom Sugli. To our very first story for today, a renowned economist, Kwame Pionim, has stated his displeasure with the government's decision to give banks a haircut shortly after the banking sector cleanup. According to him, he advised the president, but his counsel was ignored. I quote, I put together Dr. Paul Akwa, myself, Ishmael Yamson, Sam Jonah, Ernest Aite from Bank of Ghana, Frank Edu, Mauli Abebio, and Togbi Afede. We sat for 4 days and crafted a memorandum which I sent to the president, copied the vice president and the finance minister that this is the wrong way to go. We finished cleaning up the banking sector, so it does not make sense to give a haircut to the banks to impair their capital adequacy ratio. Some of them made the banks insolvent. End quote. Still on the domestic debt exchange program, the government has announced the successful completion of the second round of the DDEP that included pension funds. The government announced the results of the alternative offer on August 29, 2023, stating that approximately 95% of holders eligible to participate in the invitation to exchange tendered their eligible bonds. The offer for the pension fund exchange closed at 4 p.m. on 25th August 2023. The statement issued by the Finance Ministry noted that the government is pleased with the results as a substantial majority of the eligible holders have tendered. This result, it said, is a significant achievement for the government to implement fully, the economic strategies in the post-COVID-19 program for economic growth, PCPEG, during this economic crisis. Also this week, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo launched a number of projects, including the Ada Songo Salt Mine project. The president said the establishment of the Salt project is an example of what government policies, backed by private sector participation, can achieve in Ghana's quest to become self-reliant on its resources. According to him, the project aims to ensure that the country can become self-reliant on the commodity whilst positioning itself at becoming a net exporter. Speaking at the commissioning of Electrochem salt mine and processing plant at Adasege on August 30, President Akufo-Addo said that in about 64 years, successive governments have tried without success in harnessing the full value and benefits of the Ada Songo Lagoon. Still on government projects, the president also launched the second phase of the Planting for Food and Jobs program at the University of Development Studies in Tamale. The program, which is targeted at building on the successes of the initial program, is a 5-year plan for the transformation of Ghana's agriculture with a focus on modernization through the development of a selected commodity value chain with active private sector participation. Speaking at the launch, President Akufo-Addo said the second phase, by design, quote, takes a holistic view and places greater emphasis on value chain approaches by focusing on strengthening linkages between actors along 11 selected agricultural commodity value chains, broadly categorized into grains, roots, and tuber, vegetables, and poultry. End quote. Effective today, September 1, 2023, water and electricity tariffs are expected to go up. However, the PURC has explained the rationale behind the recent adjustment. According to the Executive Secretary of the PURC, Dr. Ishmael Aka, the increment is due to the high cost of water treatment caused by illegal mining activities, also known as Galamsey. He explained the various factors that have resulted in the tariff adjustment. He said, for water, the major driver, one, is electricity. However, because we said the industrial consumers would experience no increase, this time it didn't have any effect. The second major driver for water is the cost of chemicals. So recently, they were using chemicals for water treatment. Now, what they have moved on to is what we called Colima, which is about 2.5 times more expensive than what they were using previously. Because of Galamsey and others, they have to treat the water, go through a process over 3 times what they used to do. So the cost of water has really gone up. If your bill was 100, you are paying 1 Ghana cedis extra, he explained. An Accra High Court has ordered the Office of the Special Prosecutor to return cash amounts seized from the residence of the former Minister of Sanitation, Cecilia Abena-Dapaah. The development comes after the OSP seized monies found to have been stashed in the home of Cecilia Dapaah, who has been under investigation by the office. Madam Cecilia Dapaah has been in a legal tussle with the OSP after the institution froze her assets, including her bank account. She is currently under investigation by the OSP for corruption and corruption-related offenses after 2 of her house helps have been charged for stealing more than $1 million, 300,000 pounds in cash, and other valuable items from her residence at Abilimpe. And that will be all for this week's edition of Biz Headlines here on Ghana Web TV. For more of our news stories, do log on to our website at www.ghanaweb.com. Also follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Ghana Web. Also on YouTube, Ghana Web TV. My name is Stella Jijom Sugli. Till we come your way again next week, do have a lovely weekend.